Good afternoon, fellow traders. It's Black Coffee Trader coming to you here on Thursday, March 26th. It was a short day for me. Feels like a really nice winning day, but we are net negative by like $93.40, I believe. So unfortunately did lose one more PA today. So we are down to 8 maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 left. But the good thing is the 7 that I have left are all in a pretty decent drawdown. The lowest drawdown is just about 1,100 in drawdown. So these are all actually the better accounts, really, that I had in my group. So hopefully now that we've kind of lost the laggards, if you will, maybe we can get some winning trades on the rest of these. Had a nice day on this account, up almost 300. So yeah, down a little over 300 on this one. We lost it, and then couple winning trades here, and we basically had a break-even day. So feels really good. I was really only traded this morning session. This was my last trade right here, and so I was done by midday. And in fact, I was away from my desk all afternoon. Didn't see any of the market until end of day here, and this market just doing market things. We obviously had a really nice downside move in the afternoon, some really nice setups actually, and then something happened here end of day, just the market doing market things. Probably some kind of news or a whole lot of short covering. I'm not sure. Something happened here end of day right after the market closed at 4. But anyway, yeah, good day. It feels great. Feels really good overall. I'll just show you the trade. Really, something that I kind of noticed today is we had this little barcoding thing going on NQ mid-morning, and we had the same thing occurring on ES. That really told me that we're probably going to see some downside, and that's really when I started to change my look a little bit. I did take a couple longs on this account that I lost, and really I shouldn't have lost this account. I'm going to come over here and zoom in here a little bit so you can see what I was looking at this morning. So we had a really nice, I thought, a pretty nice setup in the morning on a break and retest right after the open on the Russell. Break and retest of prior day's lows. This is something I always like to look for when you have a break and retest below the prior day low. And I knew it was aggressive because it was right after the open, but here's where I took that entry. Let me just kind of take this. Can I do this? I thought I could do this candle by candle. There we go. There you can see the entry, and you can see this trade all at once. We just get a monster push, and so be it. So there was the first loss, which I was okay with. I knew it was aggressive, but I thought it was worth a try. It's a setup I look for, and we just had a pop up, an immediate rejection, and we kind of held. I thought, man, I'm going to take it. So I'm fine with that loss. And then you'll see here, we start to get a a hold. And if you notice how well we have these wicks holding right here. And this is the second trade I took with this account that we lost. And I really should not have lost this account. This was just, I just wanted, there's a lesson in here, even if it's just for me. Hopefully you get some value out of it. But see the stop loss? What does this tell you? This tells you that my size was too big. I was trading with probably 6 micros, and I should have been in with 4 so that my stop loss is below this previous, this is actually the Tuesday high of day. At least at the bare minimum, it should have been under this, but that stop loss was sitting right at the top of this range. This is really a range here that I'm looking at. And the fact that we have this range area and we have this Tuesday high of day, this really should have been, my stop should have been below this. And so I was sized too big. The entry was fine. The setup was fine. Everything was fine about this except for my size. And that's why this trade lost. It was not because it was necessarily a losing trade. Let me get over here and we'll take this thing candle by candle. So you can see what happened here. I took the loss and kind of pop over and you can see both of the trades. So this was the first one, that wick right there. It did not break that high of day. So it held that, but it did take me out. And at that point I had like $70 left. So I just re-entered the trade on the immediate push back up and was like, wow, that was just, I totally got caught there with my pants down. And then I just didn't have enough bandwidth to survive. And we again tested that level, but we didn't break it. And we really just ended up ripping, and up we go. So this big lesson for me, and it's just, I can't be too upset at myself. I mean, I made the mistake. I see it, and I knew it right after I saw the stop loss. When I entered this trade and I saw the stop loss sitting there, I really should have just killed it immediately and sized down or re-enter. That's what I should have done. So that's on me, and I mean, I shouldn't have lost it, but it is what it is. And I guess the nice thing is we've got better drawdown. When you have an account that's down this far, you've got such a long way to go, but still, it's the fundamentals of taking good trades. So now let's switch to the next account, the one that I had the last two wins. I just got into the same trade with this specific account because the reason for these couple of losses was nothing to do with a bad trade. It was just a matter of me being sized incorrectly and then not having enough drawdown. So I got right back into that trade, and then this trade started to go. But I really noticed that if you pay attention to this, I showed this earlier. Where's my mouse? Here we go. We started to crest. We started to crest up here. And typically I want to let a trade run for a little while before I move my stop up. But because of this kind of cresting and we were just being sluggish to move, and the fact that if you go to the NASDAQ and the ES, we had the same barcode and kind of crest area happening. Look at ES. ES was doing this rejection, trying to reject PDL, prior day's low, and that was an indication that we're going to probably see some downside. So when I noticed that, and this Russell trade was just not going, once we popped, I just killed this trade at 1R and got out of there with a $150 win, which was the smart move because literally very soon after I killed that trade, we had this downside coming in. So that was a well-managed, well-executed, well-read market and execution there on that one. So pretty happy with that. And then let's move to the last trade of the day, which was on the NASDAQ. And this one here, I'm going to zoom in so we can see it a little bit better. And this kind of sets up this trade. And you can see this was aggressive. And I want to point something out here. I almost took this entry right here. Now that's not a good arrow. Let me just draw it this way. I almost took this entry right there off of that green candle rejection right in here. I almost took it. The reason I didn't take it right away was because of this. You had a triple bottom low, and I just wasn't sure that I wanted to take that entry. I was really hoping that we would break this range low before I really started to look for downside. So I didn't take it. We get this big aggressive move down, which at the time you're like, oh, did I miss the trade? But I had made my decision. We popped back up, we retested, and then we got a cleaner hold and rejection, and that's when I took this entry right there. And again, we had a move down. We started to dip below. We were past my 1R, but we weren't breaking down below here. You can kind of see where this low comes in, and so at that point, I moved my stop to 1R in profit and just left it, and obviously got stopped out for a win, but that really netted me a $300 win on the day, basically. So really happy with the execution. I feel like I really read the market very well this morning. Just made a bad mistake on that first trade on the Russell, and that's why I lost that account. So really happy with the day overall. And again, it feels like a winning day, even though we are slightly net red. Let's go to TradeZella. And you can see, I mean, 40% win rate today. Average win to loss is good. And we, just a ugly red month. But if you notice something, even on this week, the losses are a lot smaller. 89, we had a 700, 250, a 90. So much smaller. Even last Friday, $20 loss. I did have a bigger loss here. And really what happened is in the early couple of weeks of the month, I had some bigger losses and did a lot of damage to my accounts. And then really the bleeding that you really see down here is just kind of those accounts going bye-bye and losing those accounts, which is unfortunate. But honestly, I don't know. Maybe that's a bad way to put it, but honestly, my head feels like it's a little better shape. I feel more in tune with the market, even though it is a little bit of a wild and crazy market. Honestly, the last couple of months have probably been the most difficult price action trading I have ever seen. I've been trading for, let me think, it's going on 3 years, actually, 2.5 years. But it definitely been the worst trading price action I've seen in a while. So, but I feel like I have a good handle on where we're going, and I'm reading it okay. I just need to have some accounts here with some bandwidth to where we can accept a loss and move on the next day. So we'll be back at it tomorrow, and hopefully we can put some green on the charts tomorrow. I want to show you this little spreadsheet that I keep just to kind of keep track of where we're going. So we did obviously lose this account today. And so this account I'm probably going to shelf tomorrow. I'm probably going to trade the 106 account because we're at 340 in profit on account 105. And on Monday I had that nice day and made about 400 in profit on account number 97. So probably just going to work on the rest of them and try to continue to move them along. So last but not least, very happy with Apex. They did reinstate my BCT code, so BCT is good once again with Apex. And I also want to say thank you. Immediately last night we had people using my code on Apex, and I really do appreciate that. So thank you for doing that. That Apex 85% off deal is ending tonight, so it does end tonight. If you want to take advantage of that, I would appreciate it. And again, just thanks for following along. Thanks for supporting me on the channel using code BCT where applicable. And I just appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Hope you guys had a good day. Let me know if you caught some of this move this afternoon. Really curious to see if you did. By the way, I wanted to point out this trade I wish I would have been able to take was right here. That break and retest of this level on ES would have been one that would have been really nice. And look at that nice flush to the downside. Also would have had a nice trade here, but I think this one would have been the better one. But just, again, I go back after hours or after I come back and look at the market and say, hey, what would I have done? But anyway, it's a good day. So, hey, I'll sign off. Thanks again. Appreciate you guys. Have a good night. We'll catch up with you on the next one. Take care, and so long.